Good morning. Happy Sunday. It is January 12th as I continue on this journey of leadership tips and concepts and life concepts in my live video series. So today I thought I would talk a little bit about grit, and this word has come up more in kind of mainstream language because of a lot of work that Angela Duckworth has done in the area of grit, and she wrote a book on grit. Grit is defined as perseverance and passion for long-term goals. And a lot of the work that Angela did was pretty awesome. It was working with kids and looking at kids that were able to stick with something, even if it was difficult, and continue through this task. Whether they had failures or not, they pushed through. So you've heard there's a movie called True Grit. I think there's actually a publication called True Grit or Grit. And so that word's coming out more and more. So it's really just that stick-to-itiveness. We've used that word before. You've heard that. So being able to just hang in there when things are tough and things are challenging, you don't just throw the towel in and say, I'm done, I'm not going to try anymore. And it's a great quality as a leader to have, because sometimes you are going to be going through some really difficult, challenging moments in the business, in your business, in a company that you're working with and with your teams, and to be able to just hang in there and work through whatever's going on, the tough stuff, the easy things, the things that you're not sure if there's even a solution for, but to hang in there with it. That's the perseverance piece, and having goals where you say, this is what we're hoping to achieve. Next year we want to make X amount of money, or we want to create X amount of widgets, by the end of 2020. To have big goals like that and to hang in there and do whatever it takes, whatever you can think of to do to get to those goals is really important. And a lot of the research that I did on grit years ago was looking at couples going through family law situations, getting divorced, custody issues, things like that. And what I found was families that were able to hang in there and stick with it and work through the tough stuff. I know it was emotional, I know it was tiring, it was draining, but hanging in there, knowing here's what we want at the end, and we're going to do what we can to get there, was really critical for their success. And I found that those people were actually even able to make agreements that were more durable. Those were things that lasted a lot longer, and they didn't fall apart 6 months or a year later or 2 years later, because they hung in there when the going got tough. They did not give up. They kept it moving, and they made decisions that maybe didn't feel so great, but they worked through it and they hung in there and they did it together. So grit is a really important concept, and it's a really important trait to have as a leader. Hanging in there. You have to hang in there for yourself, for your team. So I want you today to think about, what is your grit? How gritty are you? And could you be grittier? Sometimes we use those words as well in talking about grit. So areas where you feel like, yeah, I hang in there when I'm setting some personal goals or goals for my team. I'm able to hang in there, but in situation Z, over here, I give up. Why is that? So look at those situations where you hang in there tough, even when it's difficult, and look at the end result. What came out of it? What did you learn about yourself? Looking at those types of questions is really important, because that really gives you an assessment of, how much grit do you have? Are you able to hang in there when you really need to, when it's really important? All right, go out there, have a great Sunday, and I'll see you all tomorrow.